Hi, my name is Julie Neiworth. I'm a professor of psychology and neuroscience and cognitive science at Carleton College. I'm sorry I can't attend, but it's an honor for me to present at the International Primatological Society. I think that everyone in my group before me has presented great field work and show different ways that we can support tamarins in the wild and encourage communities to help support them in the wild. And I think that's great, awesome, and what we should be doing. What I can contribute is a focused study over a long period of time of social and cognitive abilities that Cotton-Top Tamarins demonstrate. I've kept a total of 33 tamarins over a 25-year period, and I've been doing a lot of different studies of them. The last 10 years I've focused on cognitive savings and decline as they age. And then after they pass away, I do examine their brain to see what different physiological markers are correlated with different kinds of decline. So I'd like to bring that focused work to your attention. I'm not done. It's going to take me another few years. I also want to thank Chuck Snowden for the original donation of monkeys that got me started studying them, and he's also contributed off and on over the years, smaller groups. I wanted to start to show you the beginning of our study and to also orient you towards how we treat the tamarins. You'll see that they live in social groupings, and we try to keep their environment natural. So the first clip here is the first group that I obtained in 1998, and also the very first study I did when I exposed them to mirrors to see if they could recognize themselves. Okay, so that was just one social ability we were looking at, self-awareness. And the upshot of that study was that we felt they expressed self-directed behaviors into the mirror after 1 or 2 days of viewing. That last little clip of Dante was him manipulating the mirror, and he was looking down at his penis through the reflection. Some of them looked inside their mouths. Some of them positioned their bodies in front of the mirror. So it seemed that they became aware of the image and used the mirrors. Other social abilities we've discovered over the years, I'll just hit a few of them because there's no time. We did publish the mirror study. We also found that they could co-orient with each other in terms of their visual gaze to find things, and they could also co-orient with humans. Although they have to, our head has to be oriented in that direction as well as our gaze in order for them to do it. And they also are sensitive to other cage mates earning food for less work, so they show a sense of social inequity. So it seems like they share a lot of social abilities or thinking the way that we do. In terms of cognitive abilities, we've found them able to identify faces from pictures of humans and Cotton-Top Tamarins, although they struggle with species they're not familiar with. So experience plays a role. They were able to form categories around animal types based on physical features, very similar to young children. They also recognize global shapes of things as well as local elements, and they tend not to favor global shapes, which is something that younger children do. And they also apply Gestalt grouping principles to look at things and decide what they are, but more like younger children again. They're able to find objects hidden, and they can track objects that are invisibly moved, so they behave like adult humans in that regard. And they're able to sense different patterns of speech or monkey calls, so that shows a sense of grammar or pattern recognition at least. So cognitively they share some human abilities and some human child abilities with us. It made me think about what might happen to them as they age, especially since my monkeys are aging, and I've watched many of the adults die over the years. There was a really important study in 2008 by Cynthia Lemaire and others. She had euthanized 36 Cotton-Top Tamarins at that point. I'm not sure why that happened. It was an awful thing. But they were ranged in age from 6 to 22. And she looked at their brains after she euthanized them for different physiological markers and found that by age 12 and a half, most of them were showing beta amyloid plaques of various kinds. The progression was natural. The progression matched what happens with humans, with beta amyloid 42 appearing before beta amyloid 40. There was also an immune response to those beta amyloid plaque acquisitions that looked a lot like what happens with humans, and there was some tau species that showed up in monkeys age 16 and older, so very old monkeys. This made it seem to me that tamarins might be a model of dementia and Alzheimer's. At least it looked like a higher incidence of that, and I worried about their cognitive skills anyway, so I've focused on that in my studies that I'm presenting today. There are 3 cognitive abilities I'm measuring: rapid forgetting, attention, and rule shifting. And so you're going to see clips of those next. In rapid forgetting, they see a stimulus, it goes away, and then they have 2 test items shown, and they have to pick the one that matches the one they saw before. That delay can be short or long, or we can show them lots of objects at the beginning, and they won't know which one is being tested. So it causes a problem with their ability to remember. Older people have trouble remembering over short periods of time. Alzheimer's patients have almost immediate, rapid, short-term forgetting. So we can differentiate that in the monkeys as well. In terms of attention, this is a task in which the odd item is to be pressed on an iPad. You can see that the purple circles are the odd item here. That's called a disjunctive task. It pops out because both the color and the shape are different. This is a conjunctive trial. This is a difficult one. Alzheimer's patients usually can't do this, but elderly people still can. It takes them a long time. Both colors are shared by the other 3 panels, orange and green, and both shapes are also shared, circles and stars, but there is a unique combination in the target. It takes a while to identify that. And then the rule shifting is an executive process function. We first train monkeys to pick based on one dimension, say color, and orange is correct. And if they pick the orange one, they get a Cheerio. And once they're doing that reliably, we shift the rule. So now the rule is size, not color, and the small items are the ones that are being rewarded. As people age, they perseverate on the first rule and have trouble shifting. And so do very young children. 3-year-olds can't shift, they perseverate. So we would like to see that reaction in the tamarins. Next, you'll see video clips of tamarins doing each of these tasks. Don't come down. It's going to happen any second now. Yeah, I know. Hello. Look, look, look. Hold on, wait. Which one? Which one? Good job. You're so smart. Do you want to play again? Look, which one? Which one? Yeah, that's correct. Here, do you want to play? Which one? That's correct. Good job. Haagen-Dazs, are you still eating? Do you want to choose? Which one? Do you want to choose? Which one? Yeah, do you want to choose? You're just coming down all sorts of ways. Okay, yeah? Which one? Good job. Haagen-Dazs. Oh dear. Hi, Forte. Do you want a Cheerio? I can give you one over here. Forte, do you want a Cheerio? Yeah, it's okay. There you go. Haagen-Dazs, you have to work. Down here, now. Do you want to come and play? Get a Cheerio? See? You have a Cheerio. See? Touch one. Which one? Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Do you want to come down? I know I have a weird phone. I know. Makes you nervous. Yeah, which one? No, that's wrong. It's this one. It's this one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I can't give you any food. And okay, that showed you examples of monkeys participating in each task. If you have any questions, you can ask me at the end. I also wanted to show you something about our immunohistochemical analysis. So we test the monkeys periodically in those tasks to watch for savings and decline, and it could take a couple of years or more before they naturally expire. When they do die, then after death, post-mortem, we extract their brains, and this is showing how we section the brain in a microtome, frozen sections. This is showing you sections of the brain being posted on slides with slide covers, and these are students doing that work. One stain that we use is to stain neurons, and so this shows an 8-year-old, fairly young monkey who died. He was middle age, really, but died in surgery. We normally don't lose them this early. And a 24-year-old with the same kind of stain. You can see that there are a lot more neurons being stained over here, and they look healthier than these neurons. This shows a progression over age. These are different animals that died at these ages, and what is being stained on these sections is beta amyloid, which looks like round, circular, kind of almost burn marks in black, and brown stain for a dab stain for astrocytes, which have a cell body and processes that are like legs. As the legs show more asymmetrical proportion and elongation, and as the cell body looks less continuous and symmetric, they're unhealthy. So you can see that the astrocytes are looking more strained along here, and that there are beta amyloid plaques that are appearing with the older monkeys that the astrocytes are engulfing to try to get rid of, but they are permeating everything. So we look at those plus tau, and also we're looking at neurogenesis. We stain for all of those components. There are different hypotheses that are being tested. Aging, where everything goes up. Beta amyloid or amyloid cascade hypothesis, where it is the fault of beta amyloid accumulation, which is creating neurodegeneration and dementia. Third possibility is that the immune system is acting badly, creating a neurotoxic environment, potentially based upon accumulation of beta amyloid or on its own, and that creates a higher accumulation and dementia and loss of neurons. Or the tau hypothesis, which is another Alzheimer's disease hypothesis generated through hyperphosphorylated tau. So we're looking at all of those. We definitely see cognitive decline with age, especially in working memory, but monkeys differ in terms of what is saved with age and what is declining with age. We're hoping to determine relationships between all of the physiological markers we stain for and their cognitive issues at death. We believe strongly that natural study and natural progression of aging and a natural death is the way to go, as opposed to genetic knockout studies of other primates like marmosets or even other mammals to understand these relationships. So we think we're hoping that there's value in what we're doing. And I'll end there. Thank you. If you have any questions, please ask.